Hi guys, welcome to another episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, movies about great things, terrible things, and all things bloody. I am your host, Noah. With me forever is Ryan.
Your side dish.
And Vince.
Hola.
And...
Howdy.
This is a very special episode.
Yeah,
I
don't know, should we bother dating the episode?
Why not, man? Like,
So-
don't all movies date themselves?
I guess so. So today
This
is
movie dated itself.
May 12th, 2017. Is
Mhm.
that the correct date?
Well,
past
it's the
midnight.
13th now.
Oh,
It's 12:01.
well, look at that. It's a late recording for us. So,
This is our midnight drive-in.
yeah, you know what?
Special.
Yeah.
This is, yeah, this is our
Let's go with
Midnight
it.
Society, yeah.
Let's go with it. This
Yeah.
is, yeah,
This is
the
our
drive-in special.
Grindhouse movie.
Oh, nice illusion. So, we chose the 2007 movie Planet Terror by Robert Rodriguez. And
And Quentin Tarantino.
yeah, for sure. Quentin
He-
Tarantino
'cause,
had his fingerprints all over
From what I've
this.
heard, they kind of co-directed the movies. Like, each of them was on the set, like, the whole time. Like, I just read that.
Yeah, I heard Tarantino gave a lot of instructions, but he always deferred to Rodriguez.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was very Tarantino was very involved
Mhm.
in this. Like, there was lines he changed, and he would give the actors, direction as well as Rodriguez. So
Well, I mean, if there's one guy you'd want on your team, I would definitely choose
because
Tarantino.
I'm sure
Yeah.
Tarantino knows a thing or two.
Yeah, this would be their
Grindhouse.
third collaboration.
Well, that's what they did from Dusk Till Dawn.
Dust Till Dawn, Sin City, because Tarantino
yeah, that's right.
does
He did
the,
that one
the
scene.
the scene in it.
And I mean, he was in that scene in Desperado where he
Yeah.
tells the best
Oh, that's
joke
true,
of all
yeah.
time.
The best joke of all time. Love that joke.
He's just pissing.
Yeah, we did. We chose it because it was originally going to be another film. We'll save it for another time.
Yeah.
A more classical, good movie. But we picked something else because one of Noah's favorite character actors.
One of my favorite characters.
And one of
And
Vince's
Vince's.
favorite. I apologize, guys.
It was the passing of Michael Parks this week.
Who we've seen before from Dust Till Dawn.
Yeah, so we kind of have
Playing his titular character.
Earl
McGraw.
McGraw.
People know him from that. Or, again, in Kill Bill, playing Earl McGraw.
Mm-hmm.
Or I prefer
And
him.
he was also the pimp.
I prefer him as the pimp.
Yeah.
I really like that
Esteban?
role.
What? Esteban?
Esteban.
Yeah.
Maybe cut your face.
Maybe, could you, yeah.
And
When
he
I
was-
saw that, I was just like, what?
And
Is
he
that?
was the one thing
Double duty.
I loved in the Kevin Smith films, Red State and Tusk.
Yeah.
He
Mhm.
brought it, and he was almost in Yoga Hosers.
Well,
He would have played the Nazi.
oh god, I can't handle that. I mean,
But why he couldn't handle the...
I believe it was I think it was his health, his failing. health.
Okay.
He had to drop out. Yeah, but it was written for him because he was like Kevin Smith's like new muse, not
I'm sure.
Jason Mewes.
I'm
but-
gonna write everything for you.
Yeah, but it did suck because I don't know a lot about Michael Parks outside these these directors who know of his past work and bring him into this stuff. But even the little bits in here, man, he just commands it.
He always brings his most parts
Yeah.
to it.
To the point where I was really disappointed when I thought he just was written out of the movie at first.
He's
In
77.
this one, because he was just like, all right, bye, in the film.
Yeah, bye, Dad.
Yeah, it's
Or bye, Daddy.
all enough.
He's 77. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
American singer and actor.
mhm.
Oh,
Well, we did a lot of singing. I think he wrote all the music for the Red State.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's neat. That's
I would check out Red State especially if you like Michael Parks.
I do. I've seen Red State before.
Oh, okay.
But maybe I'll go into it now with a new appreciation.
Mhm. But Grindhouse. I still remember when I saw this in 2007, the double feature.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater too.
Yeah, although I
Definitely.
want to ask you a question because they were released because they did the double bill
Yeah.
back to
I only saw it like that.
yeah, but which I was telling Noel before. I wish they had reversed orders for it.
You
Yeah,
thought Death Proof
I think
should
Death Proof should have been first
played
because Death Proof, especially in the beginning, is a bit more drawn out.
Yeah, I know what you mean, because...
You're there for like 3 hours.
Well, that's it. Death Proof is a lot more slow moving, and then, boom, there's a big end. So it would have been even more to keep
It
people...
would have carried.
Yeah,
you
whereas,
whereas the first fucking hour of Death Proof's kind of boring. You set it up,
yeah.
then the
and Planet
first
Terror
jet,
is
and then-
boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom.
as soon as it
boom,
begins,
it's
more or
So,
less.
I definitely, when I watched it, I was like, I liked Death Proof more.
Mhm.
even though on further viewings I've grown to appreciate. I mean, I like Planet Terror more, so,
Yeah.
and I've grown to appreciate Death Proof for
That's
what
how
it
I
is.
also feel.
As a movie unto itself.
Yeah.
Like, but
Although I couldn't remember because they never released the theatrical cuts for them. And for Death Proof, I was saying I remember the additional deleted scene they put into that, which was the lap dance scene.
yeah,
But I don't know what the added scenes were for Planet Terror because it seemed like all the scenes that were in the home releases were in the. I don't remember the added stuff because they still have the missing reel joke.
yeah. There's the missing reel, but there's there's two separate. There's the international version, which is 105 minutes, and then the original release, which is 91 minutes.
Yeah,
So that's quite a bit of time for
Yeah.
like a movie.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
just don't
just
remember
It's like
what
15
parts
minutes, you know. Like,
those were because like everything when I was rewatching because I haven't watched this movie in a while since its DVD release.
Yeah, me too. Which is kind of nice to rewatch. Although I will say this because it wasn't on Netflix when I tried to watch it.
no, it's not.
That I popped in the Blu-ray, and at the beginning, I guess an homage to
It
all the
played
old Grindhouse.
Machete.
It played the Machete trailer.
Which
Yeah.
I made me realize how much of because this is our we touched on Grindhouse before when we did Hobo with a Shotgun
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they had all the fake trailers. Although I guess they only included Machete in this maybe because Rodriguez directed that too. Like he directed the trailer
Yeah.
Yeah.
before because they didn't include like Don't. Or
But I didn't get any of the other trailers.
Werewolf
And
Woman in the SS.
I thought-
I have because okay, that's the thing. When they released them on DVD first, because this was in 2007. Blu-ray was coming about, but DVD was still the main
yeah, the reigning
format.
champ.
And I have both of them on DVD, and they're both the extended uncut versions. So there's the lap dance in the DVD, but I have the Blu-ray that's just called Grindhouse, and it's both of the movies with all of the
yeah.
trailers, but they don't have the lap dance scene. That's cut out,
Really?
like the movie version.
Oh,
It's
theatrical cut then.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's the theatrical cut of the movie, and it has a second disc of bonus disc
Of everything else.
of all the supplements. That's from the DVD stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
On
on-
each of the special edition DVDs, because they released when they came out on DVD at first, they were just separate as two
And that's
movies,
how I
Planet
was.
Terror and Death Proof. Yeah, that's it. But then I bought the Blu-ray of Grindhouse, and that has both movies, but it's the theatrical cut, so
Well,
it has.
Speaking of versions, because on the Blu-ray for Planet Terror, you can either watch because for anyone who doesn't know, it's one of those bad movies done on purpose things, which I'm not always on board with it as much, but Planet
No, but
Terror,
they did
I am
it so well.
It doesn't,
Like,
but it doesn't feel too because like I did not like Machete, especially watching the trailer. For
Really, you
Machete.
didn't like?
I did not because it felt like too over the top. Whereas like it's weird because Hobo with the Shotgun and Machete, both trailers are very similar. They're much more grounded compared to their films. And whereas Hobo with Shotgun, I liked because despite how fucking crazy it was, maybe I
Yeah.
liked it better. The Machete one I didn't, especially because when I was watching the trailer for it, I liked it way more. The more downplayed one. I don't know if it's different shows for different folks, but you're right. It's done so well. But on the Blu-ray version,
But he had written Machete apparently in like '93.
we had like an idea for it. He also had he had the idea for Planet Terror in '98 when he did The Faculty.
Yeah, he told them like, oh, zombie movies are gonna come back in a big way.
Mm-hmm.
Like he told Elijah Wood and Josh Hartnett, and he's like,
And
oh,
then Scott.
I have roles for you guys in this movie, and he wrote like 30 pages, and then other projects
Yeah.
came along, and then the zombie craze did happen,
Yeah.
and you had the remake of Dawn of the Dead, and
Which is funny
28 Days Later,
Because he
and
has
it's like
the director of one of my favorite zombie movies in this movie, Tom Savini.
Tom Savini.
Because
yeah.
I love the Night Living Dead remake is the first zombie movie I ever saw.
Oh, cool.
Really?
I lo-
Okay.
yeah, I love
it was
that.
definitely. I remember seeing the VHS cover in the video store, and it used to freak me the fuck
I saw it
out.
on Space, and I remember I was like 11. and it was
Yeah,
the first
I know.
time
I remember when it came on
it was,
Space.
It was
and
the
I
first
watched
time
it.
I ever saw a movie where it just like immediately started.
Yeah,
Like there was no build up. They're in the graveyard, and it starts.
and it just starts.
And
Yeah,
I was a kid. I was like, it blew my mind.
and it was well done, and it's a good like it. It is definitely like a remake of the original, but it also because George Romero wrote the script to the remake, also, so it definitely had his blessing. So it's almost like better
Well,
in
maybe
ways.
because I think also maybe he was hoping to get actual profit off
From
that
money,
version.
yeah, for sure. But definitely, like the main protagonist, Barbara, is definitely 360 spin, where she starts off kind of like helpless, but then she becomes like a badass heroine of the film. You know.
But as circle back on the Blu-ray for Planetara, they have a version without the film reel effect, like without the scratch
without
work,
the scratches,
which seems to me misses the point. Like I
Yeah.
don't understand, especially since it's gonna have the missing reel scene anyways.
There's also an alternate ending where his spoiler alert, his Tony doesn't die.
But I see the version I watched.
Rebel,
it's him.
his actual son.
Yeah, which was weird because he calls him Tony because I kept seeing that kid looks a lot like Danny from The Shining.
From The Shining.
From
The Shining, yeah,
is
yeah.
that hair.
And he has the best line in the movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat your brains
Brains
and
and
gain your
gain your
knowledge.
Just playing with the dinosaurs.
That's my wife's favorite line of all cinema, I might say.
Apparently, there's also like Josh Brolin who uses it later on too.
Yeah, that's true. He also gets a chance to use it. All right, so let's get into the movie, right?
Yeah.
All right. So who wants to try to describe this in a one sentence type of?
It kind of reminded me of The Rock,
The Rock. Okay.
like the movie The Rock.
Right.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In the sense of like the Ed
So-
Harris character with Bruce Willis.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Let's just read I'm gonna read the IMDb plot synopsis. It's like a paragraph, and not a paragraph, but after an experimental bioweapon is released, turning thousands into zombie-like creatures, it's up to a ragtag group of survivors to stop the infected and those behind its release.
There you go. Credits.
Yeah,
What
when
more
you
do
was
you
watching
need
it,
to know?
right? No, I guess that's a pretty good description of it. Well, a good one. IMDb, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on it. So but it's so much more than that.
They're strippers with
I mean,
gun
It is-
legs.
That was the big marketing thing of just like the gun
Yeah.
leg.
yeah. Well, there was just like buckets of blood.
It is.
There's a
like,
lot of
This
splatter.
is like one of the.
But it's
so
so
good. It's so good. The
But
effects.
it's so like it's a very good mix of CG and
practical.
And
practical
practical.
effects.
Once again, always going back to those
It's
practical
so
effects.
gooey.
No, because Robert Rodriguez knows.
No, he knows.
Yeah.
he knows.
Good old Nicotero. Oh yeah, but
I'm just I don't know. I guess this is just like really like a movie geek's like orgasm film. Like, you know,
like-
a lot of people didn't, not that they didn't get it, but it's just like you're going to see these two like ridiculous movies done by these respected directors, but
I think-
people were just like kind of
I think people get the joke too. They were just like, okay, man, we get it. Because also you had this Grindhouse. You had to sit there for like again 3 hours.
2 back-to-back movies.
And it's a
with
lot, man.
trailers.
My ass was fucking killing me. And then that and the awesome trailers. Like, even though I was enjoying it, I was like, fucking.
Well, we went to go see The Hateful Eight. That was like 3 hours plus.
Yeah,
We
even
did
that overture was some self-indulgence.
Yeah. So.
yeah, the overture didn't need to be there.
No, not really.
Oh, he needs a new editor. But, yeah. Well, it starts with some go-go dancing. With some classic Robert Rodriguez guitar.
Guitar and
Saxophone.
Yeah,
Right out
some
of Sin
really
City.
sexy, rocky, jazzy.
Because it goes from that to
blues
like
type of,
some
like-
to like some Carpenter synth later
Yeah,
on too.
well, that's who he wanted to do the score originally.
Oh, that would be great.
And no, John Carpenter just he wasn't available at the time. It wasn't that he didn't want to do it. He was doing
Just
other
wait, they'll
things.
be ready soon.
You know, he was probably making that shitty movie. What was that one with Amber Heard?
Oh, the Wake or the Host or
No, it was like she was like in a mental institute.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's so bad. It's
Nah,
not even.
whatever. Pass. So yeah, we open on credits with Rose McGowan
Mm-hmm.
doing a
Charms, our second Rose McGowan movie. Scream.
Yeah, Scream. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that hair, man, you can't recognize her.
I got face blind.
Yeah.
This is the movie Robert Rodriguez left his wife and co-producer
for
Rose
Rose McGowan.
McGowan. Yeah,
Rose McGowan.
I think he had an affair with her on while
Yep.
making this movie.
Jeez
and,
Louise.
From the
Destroyed
Children of God
his
cult to
marriage.
Destroy Marriages.
I mean, she was pretty sexy and all, especially during the belly dance scene. But then again, like, her whole character was kind of like too cool. Everybody's too cool in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had that feel of, just like one-liners. Everybody
Well,
had
yeah,
that.
everyone had like that's this is your type.
Mm.
This is who you are.
Now
Oh,
play into that.
the only shift of was only for a second because my favorite guy in this is Jeff Fahey.
Jeff Fahey,
I
yeah.
fucking love Jeff Fahey in this movie. The Lawnmower Man himself. Although when you first see him, he seems like creepy. He's like, that's a rub roast. But the rest of the movie is just like...
yeah, when
he's
super
like really
charming.
creepy.
Fergie's
Yeah, he's
little,
really creepy in the Fergie scene. But then like he's just like so lovable. And Michael Biehn and his brother is great.
There's so many good things about this movie.
Yeah.
It's
Bihn's just like the tired, annoyed sheriff.
Yeah, older brother. Anyways, so after during the dance or right towards the end, where the end of the credits, intro credits, I should
Yeah,
say.
after she's done tonguing herself.
Yeah, she starts to cry,
Yeah.
and backstage, her greasy go-go dancer boss gives her a hard time, but it's go, not cry.
Yeah, he's also giving women shit for making out backstage and not on stage.
Yeah.
He's like, God damn it, girls! You're gonna do that shit, do it on stage.
That's right.
Whew! And he's
And
hot. That's actually Robert Rodriguez's real estate agent. And he
Skip.
thought he'd be perfect for the
He's
part.
like, hey, you're a sleazy asshole.
No nonsense, tough talking, strip club owner, you know?
He's like the Ty Burrell.
That's the way
in
he
Dawn of
really
the
is,
Dead.
he's apparently.
Just stop making out girls,
It's a role I was born to play.
baby.
But I love him in that, like, he's just, I guess he's just like, he has that natural charisma about him.
That
People-
machismo.
Yeah, people got it.
Yeah.
You know, at the end, you know, he winds up with the twins.
Yeah, he just reminded me of like, it was like Ty Burrell in Dawn of the Dead. Except he survives.
Yeah, okay. I was like, well. So yeah, while giving her shit, Rose McGowan's reading this note. First of all, Rose McGowan's name is Cherry Darling.
That's
Cherry
her
Darling.
new name.
Her new name, yeah.
She girl's got a past.
Oh, that's right. Everybody's got a past in this movie.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their backstory. It's only
A lot
alluded
of-
to, which is
yeah.
supremely good.
Yeah.
I don't want to know all the story. I just want to know what I need to.
And then and she keeps talking about the useless talents that she has.
Oh yeah, useless talent number 26. I can arch my back and do a handstand.
And including ride a motorcycle. Which I'm like, that's not a useless talent.
No, that's an extremely important talent.
Yeah. I don't know how to ride a motorcycle.
No, not really. I've ridden a couple of scooters in Thailand and shit, but that's not the same thing.
No. I've walked by a motorcycle.
Yeah, I mean that's much closer than I got.
I've been on I've ridden on a motorcycle
Wow.
on the back of it.
That's it. Vince is now taken champion of motorcycle king in the good, the bad, and the ugly.
fucking-
I'm practically Evil Knievel.
Yeah, man. Freaking Hell's Angels over here. Have fun doing security at Rolling Stones, buddy.
Chad, I
So,
might stab you.
speaking of stabbing, when
I really enjoyed Hunter S. Thompson writing about you in a book.
oh, fuck. Speaking of the stabbings, when Rose McGowan, after quitting and giving her boss a finger, she's walking along the side of the road.
Well, no, she reads the paper. It's just like,
Oh yeah,
if you're leaving early,
use your finger and give a bye-bye notice or goodbye notice.
What is the use your finger supposed to mean?
I don't know.
no, it's not use your finger. It's
Yeah, 'cause
refer to your finger. I guess he's the.
that makes
the-
less sense.
I think it has something to do with the
go-go
the
dancer
finger is
handbook?
he's the guy that manages them or something, tells them to go on stage. So
Oh.
he is their finger. I guess it's a term. I don't know. I
strip
didn't
club
really look
term.
it up.
Littlefinger ran the brothels in Game of Thrones.
So that kind of makes sense.
Oh, I found it. I was reading that apparently Rose McGowan's a germaphobe. So
Oh,
they
yeah.
had them like disinfect that pole before she was dancing.
Oh, I'm sure
Which
they
goes
did.
nice because the next scene is her getting knocked into garbage on the side of the road.
Yeah, well, that's it. She, while walking on the side of the road trying to hitchhike or something, she gets run off the side of the road by army trucks, and she falls into garbage, and this giant piece of shrapnel just like embeds itself in her leg, and she just like gets up and is like, oh, god damn. First of all, there's so much allusion to her leg being cut off, because I must have counted 4 different leg shots. In,
Yeah, you see it zipping up. She's like,
Yeah.
I need to change.
Yeah,
Zip
zip.
up.
Then she gets to JT's barbecue house, the Bone Shack, and she's washing her leg in the sink and pulling out that piece of shrapnel. It's all sticky with the blood. Oh my god, it's wonderful. And
Tossing it into that. Would you ever sit on that toilet?
no, but why would she throw glass into the toilet played by Jeff Fahey, this awesome barbecue joint owner.
Mm-hmm. Best barbecue in Texas.
Best barbecue in Texas. Boy, he loves to brag.
Yeah.
And he's always trying to perfect that barbecue sauce of his.
Mm-hmm.
I like when he dips his mug into the barbecue sauce and just drinks it like that.
Cheers.
I'm like, man, that guy likes barbecue sauce.
He reminded me a lot of, he was a bit more braggadocious, but I was like, yeah, this could be Noah.
You know, there was
he's got a dog.
There was a moment I found really touching later, and I'm going to tell you about it when we get to it.
Okay.
It almost choked me up.
Ooh.
Almost. So, anyways, she gets run off the road by the army trucks. And the next scene, we cut to the army trucks arriving at this old base.
Was he one of my favorite characters?
Who's that?
Was it Manny?
Manny?
British dude.
Oh,
British Blazer.
Yeah, I think it was Andy, maybe, I don't know. Vince, Naveen Andrews' character's name.
His character's name?
In this movie? Is it Andy or
Abby.
Abby,
yeah.
Who I love. it's this cool renegade.
Him and his precious balls.
Yeah, armors dealers. This right tells you know what movie you're in store for, because he likes cutting off people's balls and keeping them in this like
formaldehyde
specially
No,
designed.
and all the balls have this slimy
Yeah, but even when they get destroyed, he's collecting them. He's like, he doesn't want to lose.
Yeah, when they're on the floor, he's like, oh my precious balls.
I need
all these testicles.
Give me my power.
Yeah. He's got a special knife. He's got two special
knives. He's got two special knives. He's got that first knife that looks like it's got a shark bite out of it.
Yeah, the hook knife.
With a hook to it, and I'm like, well, you can't possibly put your beanbag in there and yank it. That's gonna be
you could.
And then he has the other ones, which are like a pair of scissors, but try to imagine a 3-prong pair of scissors that when you pinch them closed, the middle prong splits and it creates 2 sets of scissors.
Yeah, it looks like a Klingon knife.
Yeah, not far off.
Yeah. Or at least he puts a guy out of his misery after he castrates him.
Well, yeah, that's right. He tells this guy, where are my specimens? And the guy says, well, they got loose. Shit happens. And he's like, no, love, shit does not just happen. And he says, look, you gotta cut off your balls, or I'll cut off your balls. He's like, well...
You cut off your own balls.
He's like, well, I'm pretty attached to them. And I'm like, there we go. There's the comedy I want right off the bat. And they proceed to cut off his balls. And the soldiers who do cut off his balls, I gotta say, they did it, like, mercilessly and unflinching. And that one guy just threw them after to Naveen, to Abby.
Yeah, I haven't seen this many balls since Fear Factor.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of balls. But,
I'm guessing Rogan is one of those army men.
Oh, yeah, for sure. All these army guys have these breathers hooked up to them.
Yeah, gas masks.
Gas masks with like a tank attached to their hip.
Like a super soaker tank.
Pretty much.
A digital readout with led by Bruce Willis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Doing his best Ed Harris impersonation, like you were saying from The Rock.
Although I was reading that even his inclusion was a callback to when B movies would cast like a big actor.
Yeah.
To like be like, oh, we got like freaking Vincent Price or whatever. Like we got our big actor. We'll put him on the poster. Some movie with
John
him.
Saxon.
Yeah, and he's like
all these Italian like in those Grindhouse movies. They have Telly Savalas and
Mm-hmm. When really like they're gonna show up and film for a day. You notice all their shots aren't with anybody else in the shot. Like Bruce Willis doesn't share the screen with anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
He's always shot alone. Mm-hmm. So they could have just shot all his scenes on one day.
In one day, and so thanks, Bruce.
And just cut it in with the rest of it.
So, Bruce Willis gets out of the army truck and tells Abby that he needs his shit.
He's like, where's the shit?
Where's the shit? Yeah, he accuses him of holding out on him. And he's like, oh, well, sorry, love, the shit's everywhere. And just, first of all, I love that he calls everybody love. It's like super British. I don't know if he is actually a British actor.
No, I think he is.
Naveen Andrews?
Well, he's, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, he's on Sense8.
Yeah, he's a British American.
Yeah, I mean.
Is he the one who was on Lost?
He was in Lost.
Yeah, because he dies in Lost and he comes back with a British accent.
Oh, well, there you go. If you can come back in Lost with a British accent, it must be true.
Is the scene also remind me of The Fog?
But I love how he's like he's like a scientist, but he has like this like headband and he's just wearing like this
Blazer.
woolen like sports coat and like
with,
jeans. Like,
some kind of like
I'm almost
printed
cosplaying
t-shirt.
him right now.
Yeah, you're not far off.
Yeah, I'm just missing the ramp with a perm
And a bandana.
and a bandana.
But he says the shit's everywhere and shoots these tankers that just releases gas into the sky.
green kinda
mist.
Yeah, and they all start wandering into it like The Fog.
Yeah.
DC2.
Yeah, that's what the name of the gas is. Oh yeah, and there's a mini shootout, and as soon as the shootout happens, and you see the first guy get shot, and it's just like 3 liters of blood spraying out of
Heads
each bullet.
exploding.
Yeah, literally exploding. Quite literally.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay, it's like this. On the Blu-ray, they had a special feature, the audience reaction track.
Yeah.
I found out only like halfway, or when I finished the movie, I went to the special features and saw it, and I was like, oh, I should rewatch it, but I wasn't about to rewatch it right away.
No.
So we cut back. Oh no, and that's right. This gas seems to melt people's faces because random.
The how this gas works is interesting because they say like we'll skip to it. It causes you to basically just like bleed and pus out. Like you basically, it's almost like you turn into the RoboCop. Like get off me, man.
Oh yeah.
Or like even more pussy, or like the end of Blade.
Yeah.
Like you just get all bubbly up and big.
And pussy.
But if you keep exposing yourself to the gas, it delays the transformation.
Yeah.
But the transformation seems immediate, so like I don't know when, but I guess it is reversible because you see when they stop inhaling it, it starts going up.
to bubbling up on their face.
But if
like
they
these
start
boils.
inhaling it again, it kind of like reverts itself. So.
But I mean, then there are those guys who got exposed to it when they wandered through the mist originally, and their faces melted off.
Yeah.
And then when the gas is being released, and the soldiers are like, "Oh, mist," and they walk into it, and they're like, "Okay, the gas is fine." There's a lot of continuity errors, but you know, shouldn't really dwell on it.
No, but you see his face like bubbling and.
Well, no, but we're saying that.
Like the effects of it, like it seems like when you hit the gas, you immediately transform. But like if you have repeated exposure to it,
it makes you
like. But they say like delays it, but it also reverses it in a way.
Okay.
Because they see one time when they run out and when he takes his mask off, it'll start to bubble. But when he starts inhaling, it starts to go back down.
Yeah.
But is there like a breach point? Like was Tarantino's dick gonna get better?
Yeah.
After.
It's not so bad. It'll get better, I promise.
Wait, is this are we introduced next to?
Spoiler alert: Tarantino is a rapist in this movie.
Yeah, let's get it out of the way early. So
there's Vince's favorite subject, the therapist of the podcast. Are we introduced to the Brolins next?
Yeah.
No, actually, we're introduced to Fergie.
Fergie, yep.
Fergie looking real nice as well.
Fergalicious.
Fergalicious.
As Jeff Fahey's JT refers to her as rump roast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you first introduced him, he looks extra creepy.
I was trying to count, like, I mean, it's going to sound creepy when I say this, but it was almost a fascination, like, how many times they shoot her bending over that car?
Oh, yeah, to fill water into it.
But she's all just like... It's just a broken defibrillator.
Yeah, because get that exploded car away from my tanks.
Yeah.
It's like she knows what's wrong with it, and she's like, it's just the broken hub kit. Blah, blah. She just says, whatever's wrong with the fucking car. But, like, I don't know.
Some free water.
She just had to cool down the radiator.
It's from the well. He's like, fresh water. He's like...
Fresh enough, and I take it from the dam.
He's like, ain't nothing... But he says something funny about it. He's like...
Yeah, he bottles it just like
right
he bottles
behind
it
himself. He's like, it's right from the dam.
Mm-hmm. And Fergie's heading into town.
Tammy, her character.
That was her character's name, Tammy.
And we off to go save a life.
Yeah, she's like, how do you know?
Now, how did you know?
And we also see Cherry Darlin pulling up to the bone shack, or walking up to the
bone shack.
And grabs a table inside so she can pull out that shard of metal in her leg. And
It looked like glass, like a piece of a broken bottle.
yeah, maybe. I don't know what it was. It was deep in there, though. Boy, how.
It looked like something Charlie would give the waitress on the beach.
I found this glass for you.
It's a jewel.
Jules? But yeah, we do get to the Brolins.
I don't know why. There's something I just really like Josh Brolin. Like not not specifically in this movie. I meant as an actor.
Yeah.
Like I get
Me
really
too.
excited about I can't put my finger on it, but I'm always like.
And this was at a time when, like, he started being in a lot of movies and a lot of bad from this movie he won Joel and Ethan Cohen's heart reluctantly apparently because they didn't even want to audition him for the movie.
As Lou Ellen.
Yeah, Lou Ellen for No Country for Old Men. They refused to give him an audition, and he got Rodriguez and Tarantino to help him shoot an audition tape for it, with him acting with Mary Shelton. Who
Maybe because he's always so close to getting things. Like he was almost Batman in the.
Well, because before this, like, what had he really
Goonies.
done? Goonies and like. But like, I mean, after this, he got that. Then he was in American Gangster, and he was in a bunch of other stuff.
He was in Thrashing. But yeah, and every time like he tried to get big, it never worked out. Like Jonah Hex.
Yeah.
Old Boy.
Yeah.
But now
but those were after.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I'm talking about overall my like
His
Josh
almost
Brolin. Like
there.
I root for him because he's always almost there.
Always almost there.
Men in
yeah.
Black 3.
Men in Black 3. Fuck, he's so good in Men in Black 3.
Yeah.
But now he's got 2 Marvel movies.
Yeah, there
2
you
Marvel
go.
roles. He's got Cable and Thanos.
Thanos. He's gonna be making that Marvel money.
I hope so. But he plays the doctor who first is.
Yeah, because really before this, he didn't. He had like minor roles.
I mean, I'm sure like
I'm
sure there's some nepotism
He was
getting
in
into
Mimic.
roles too. Yeah.
He was in
The
Hollow
classic
Man.
Mimic.
He was in Mod Squad.
Oh, the Mod Squad.
But yeah, then he did Grindhouse. Then he did No Country for Old Men. Then he was in American Gangster. Then he was George W. Bush.
Fuck, he's
W.
he's so good in that.
And he was in Milk. He was really good in that.
I didn't see that.
And then after that, in a few more things. And yeah, he was good in True Grit. I mean,
Just a good actor.
Yeah, and this one just playing a really grumpy Gus.
Mm-hmm. So we see the Blocks, Dakota, and
Waking up for their night shift.
James Brolin. I don't know.
It's Josh Brolin. James is.
Josh Brolin. God damn it! Every time.
definitely a better
Definitely better Brolin.
actor than his dad.
I don't know. Did you see the car?
He was Thanos.
But he said a collective of 6 lines
Yeah,
so far.
in 2 movies.
He hasn't gotten up off his chair yet.
I get to stand.
Yeah. Right now he's just playing the drunken stepdad of the Marvel universe. Don't make me get off this chair.
Get off. There's gonna be
There's
trouble.
gonna be trouble if I get up.
I'm not gonna be specific, but you know what you did.
Yeah. Whereas his dad fought, the car that Evil drives.
Yeah.
He fought Landjaws.
Blind Jaws, exactly. So the Blocks are waking up for their
He's
night shift,
Yeah, Dr. Block.
and she's Nurse Block,
Was it and anesthesiologist.
and
Anesthesiologist.
Thanks, Vince.
Ace producer.
Yep. And they work the night shift down at the hospital together.
They both get up at what, 8?
8 p.m.
8?
Yeah.
They open the blinds. I want to see the light.
Like, let some light in here.
It's like moonlight.
He's like, it's a nice night, and you just see the green fog
yeah, just like
slowly
smoking out.
So it's like
creeping
wow,
over the moon.
looking like all the machines are gonna come to life and kill them all.
Yeah.
That's a Maximum Overdrive reference.
Mm-hmm.
We made you.
We made you.
Written and directed by Stephen King.
But yeah, where he said he was gonna scare the pants off you.
That movie's pretty scary, I guess.
It is, but the trailer was him being like, people haven't made films of my movies and they weren't good, but I'm Stephen King and I'm going to scare you.
The
Fuck you,
off you.
Kubrick. Oh, they from
Yeah.
But yeah, they have the notes that they're given is he's just gruff and just annoyed, and she is high strung and shifty.
That's both.
Shifty?
That
just like
describes both of them.
she's clearly like you're like,
Well-
oh, how's it going? Oh, I'm fine.
She's shifty because she's sending text messages to an unknown person saying, "Come and get Tony. I think he's on to us."
The level of contempt, there's like not. I would say thinly veiled. That's giving it like too much density.
But look, like this was supposed to be a bad movie, you know.
I know, but
it's
that's
like,
what.
But that's the you know. It's,
Yeah.
There's always this.
I'm not criticizing, man. Look, I know. I'm not getting on your baby. It's good.
I know.
I
I'm
know.
just saying.
Get in defense. It's cool. It's cool. Don't forget the plug and listen to my Hobo with a Shotgun. I know where people come with these things. I love that movie. I like this movie. It's okay. It's okay, man. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
It's good. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna
So-
eat your brains and gain your knowledge.
Yeah, that's where this line is during the scene where Tony is eating his dinner.
We also see his 3 pets.
Yeah, that's right. The
His
tarantula.
dinner was cereal.
Yeah, well, it was. Well, I mean, it's his dinner. He must be going to bed. He can't be staying up all night. But yeah, his 3 pets: the turtle, the scorpion, and the tarantula.
Yeah.
Who he's very attached to all 3.
Mm-hmm. They're apparently very attached to each other.
Rebel
'cause-
Rocket, one
Yeah.
of Robert Rodriguez's many R-named sons.
Ugh.
There's Rocket. There's Racer. Rebel.
Shaking my head, guys.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, ridiculous Rodriguez. There's
No,
that
Ridiculous.
self high
Ryan.
five. That Ryan self high five we all come to love.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Bang.
At the back at the bone shack, back at the bone shack, Ray Ray of Ray's Wreckage pulls up.
Freddie Rodriguez.
Mhm.
Who remind me of American. Why am I'm blanking on his name now. Darth Maul. Ray Park.
Ray Park.
Oh, Ray
Yeah,
Park.
he reminded me of like American Ray Park. Like just like squat little guy like acrobatic and kicks ass. He talks in a gruff.
Yeah.
His soul patch.
His soul patch and
His soul patch was distracting.
his weak sideburns. Yeah, he goes to the bone shack to get some coffee and some Red Apple cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
Wink, wink, Tarantino.
This is the universe.
Yeah. And of course, JT constantly offering anybody who will look at him some barbecue sauce.
Mm-hmm.
His soon-to-be award-winning barbecue sauce.
It's also the anniversary of his shop.
Yeah.
Although he says customers are down since the rent's gone up.
Yeah, he keeps talking about how his rent's going up. And that he soon won't be able to afford it. And he says that they've been pretty busy, that he's the 3rd person there all night.
Mm-hmm.
And that the 2nd one is sitting in the booth behind him, and it's Cherry Darling. And then we find out that they have a history. Cherry and Ray.
Yeah, she stole his jacket.
Mm-hmm. And he
I
looked
looked
for
for
it.
it for
for
2
2
weeks.
That's another one of the things that they keep doing in the movies, or at least Ray does. He just repeats his line like,
Facts.
as twice.
Hey man, he's good at butterfly knives. He's not good at words.
Yeah, well, at Butterfly Knives, he's probably the best there is. But yeah, he keeps telling her that he was missing his jacket
And she walked out because he didn't believe in us.
in them or her, and that she wants to be a stand-up comedian. And he's like, but you're not funny. And she's like, yeah, I know.
It's just a lot of things in this movie don't make sense.
It's an awkward. It's awkward banter, but it's not
Because you're
terrible.
watching this movie and you're like, oh, these people have a lot of history, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it always alludes to that. Like, there's a whole backstory to this whole
To
story.
everything.
Yeah.
Well, this he goes off and he goes and gives her a ride
Yeah, into town.
into town. Is this when we go to the Fergie?
Yeah, okay, we
Because
could.
the
Sure.
Which is also the allusion to the Death Proof, because if you listen to the radio, they're giving a tribute song to Jungle Julia.
Julia or Julia, whatever.
Jungle Julia, which makes it this weird parallel universe to Death Proof, because they can't both take place in the same universe.
Why
It's
not?
Purely because Jungle Julia, because in this movie, we see Earl McGraw and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Earl McGraw shows up in later. Wait, I'm trying to think now.
Well, because
Because Jungle Julia is
already dead.
Because they also show up in Death Proof.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I guess yeah, all right. I guess this could take place after Death Proof.
Yeah, because the Brolin and Dakota
Yeah, and McGraw.
and McGraw are all three in Death Proof.
Yeah, okay, all right, yeah. So that just takes place before this.
Well,
Okay.
it's definitely before From Dusk Till Dawn,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because he dies in that.
So I guess the world got better. Just I guess the world got better, and then he just went back to his job, and then he just got shot by Seth Gecko.
Fucking Gecko Brothers.
Dirty
God
bastard.
damn it! I'm not ready to lose you yet.
Tarantino is rapey in that too.
He's a creepy guy.
I'm sure he's choosing these roles too. Yeah, at the hospital, James Brolin's checking out this guy who has a bite mark on his arm.
Mm-hmm.
And
She was like, "Goodbye."
yeah, and I just want to say that in all zombie movies, whenever somebody to a hospital shows up with a bite mark, nobody's ever like worried. You know,
He's very not.
Was that Nicky Cat?
Yeah.
That character? Joe?
Yeah. Well, he's
Yeah.
again. Brolin's like very much like, "Oh, that's weird."
yeah, like a bite mark, huh?
And
One that you got today, but looks
But-
like it's been there for 14
But
days.
I love the paramedic driver.
Andy
not
Samberg.
Andy Samberg.
Yeah,
Not-
Peralta.
Well, he kind of looks like Jacob from Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah,
little bit.
this is another one he looks
It's like a
like.
combo.
Well, yeah, because I kept thinking like he reminded me of Andy Samberg. The other doctor looked to me like.
But he's just like that, like typical, like 80s or like 70s,
Like the
like
guy-
kind of smart.
the guy
quick-
from Halloween 2.
He's like, oh, the paramedic driver. He's just like, woo. That's that whole thing.
He's kind of in on the whole situation.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
he's
He's
jaded.
like too cool for school.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, we also introduced the other doctor, the Andy Richter looking dude, who keeps showing infections,
Oh yeah,
Those other
pictures of
guys there.
infections,
including a very
infected
cauliflower looking
penis.
Dick.
penis.
It was
'Cause that's what
horrible
you love
sight.
to see when you're like in a hospital. Like, hey, look, check out this.
Yeah, if you think you got it bad, imagine what this guy's got. He was peeing out all these small holes on the sides of his dick.
He's like,
wasn't that Robert Eggers' actual doctor?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't see that audition
Yeah,
process.
so he says to
Did he just show him? He was like really into it too, because he's talking about like in the war, man. They got weird stuff over there.
Yeah,
He's
it's
like,
like-
oh,
I
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
hit some
check
fridge
this
in the
out.
back.
So the Brolin says, "Look, we got to take the arm because otherwise it's going to spread to the chest, and we very well can't cut that off."
There's also when he checks out his tongue.
Oh yeah,
Lose the arm.
And he also he keeps it's when he puts the thermometer in his mouth.
yeah. So yeah, his Josh Brolin's thing is that he likes to check his temperature and his pulse.
Yeah, which I thought was like, oh, is he like thinks they're sick all the time.
Oh, hypochondriac.
Yeah, was he like?
Hypochondriac?
At first I was like, was he like a hypochondriac or?
Well, no, he says that it calms him because he's able to regulate how stressed out he is.
Well, probably stress it later when he's drinking mercury.
Well, yes, because one of the guys says to him, like, hey, you shouldn't always put that in your mouth. You're eventually going to break it.
Isn't that how John? It's the same one I've had all night.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not so bad if I keep putting it in my own mouth,
Mm-hmm.
even though we're in a hospital and now there's, like, bite viruses going around.
It's also the first time Joe puts goo on his face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so while looking in this guy's mouth, he sees all these horrible abscesses on his tongue. And he proceeds to pop one for some reason, and it just, like, splatters on his glasses, and he's like, okay, and then
Fuck it.
way
It's like,
over
and
my
more
head.
was like, "Ah, fuck this guy. I'm gonna cut his arm off.
Maybe.
It just seems like.
Yeah, so he
Because at one
calls...
point he was
There's
just
the
gonna.
Chinese guy. He's like, lose the arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, sure. Whatever.
So, yeah, he calls, Brolin calls his wife in to anesthesize him.
Introduce your 3 friends.
That's right, the yellow friend, blue friend, and red friend. The yellow friend will just take,
No, the redhead. She,
oh yeah, her
So
redhead.
it's like
You'll never
this
see
is
me
my
like,
redhead friend.
staring unblinkingly at me.
Yeah, well, she delivers the needles. So what is it? The
Because
yellow
it's
one...
very, there's a lot of,
takes-
sexual undertones.
Oh, for sure. That the yellow one takes off the edge. The blue one, you shouldn't even feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And after the red one, you'll never see me again. Which sounds terrifying going on. I'm like, why won't I ever see you again?
This is a terrible hospital.
Yes. Yes, it
This
is.
is a terrible hospital before the zombies.
Mm-hmm. Just bad all day.
Yeah, but it's also Fergie's car breaks down, and then everything breaks down.
Yeah, and then
Flashlight breaks down.
yeah, and then her shoes break down.
Her shoes break down.
And then she just gets eaten by his zombies.
Yeah, she's just running off the road.
Yeah, she's run off the road, and somebody even yells at her, "Fuck you, bitch!"
Yeah. And then zombies just get her.
Yeah, and Ray and
Cherry.
Cherry. I keep want to call her Candy because it's also like another stripper name.
Yeah.
Candy Darlin. Yeah, while they're driving by, Ray's explaining that people eat venison and you shouldn't swerve if you see a deer on the road because you're more likely to hurt yourself.
It is
like,
true.
What was that? He's like, roadkill. She's like, that didn't look like roadkill.
It's true. Like if you see something in the road, don't brake because
Yeah.
you're fucked then.
Yeah, you're more likely to hurt yourself or somebody behind
Jeff
you.
Fahey and Naveen Andrews Abbey were both on Lost.
Jeff Fahey on Lost?
I
Apparently.
guess so.
And maybe at
And
least
I
one
never
episode.
finished Lost. So.
Yeah, me neither, because
But
who can be bothered?
Take that, Matthew Fox.
Nah.
Party of 5.
Nah.
Yeah. So after the speech, he immediately swerves.
Yeah, and while they're upside down and
She gets the
Cherry's...
badge. This is my favorite.
Yeah, Cherry's giving him shit about it. He's like, oh, I thought you said not to swerve.
There wasn't a deer, and then zombies drag her out.
Yeah, and he gets out of his now upturned tow
Wrecking truck, yeah, with a
And-
shotgun.
No, it's not even a shotgun. It's like this assault rifle with a night vision scope. And he just like proceeds to take out these zombies one shot each, no problem.
Raspberry head zombies.
Yeah,
But they've already taken her leg.
yeah, it's too late. So Ray takes her to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the same hospital where all this other shit's going on.
He runs into Michael Bean.
The
Sheriff.
the sheriff.
Yeah.
Sheriff Haig.
Who we find out is also TJ or JT?
JT.
JT's brother. Who's also raising the rent.
Yeah, so that's it. That's
He's like, I'll never tell you. He's like, even if I'm dying in your arms. He's like, oh, we'll see.
Yeah, that's right.
Alluding to
He's more concerned about that recipe.
That Jeff Fahey won't give
He's
up.
like, don't you
this,
just know a man will never give away his barbecue recipe?
Yeah, and
He
they'll give away his
apparently has
barbecue
the
sauce
best barbecue sauce
in Texas.
That's barbecue in Texas, which is saying something.
Oh, yeah.
Texas barbecue is
Is the barbecue.
very good.
So yeah, so they're arguing over the phone. He's like, give me the recipe. Lower my rent. Never.
All right. Well, anyways, I'm calling you on business. There's some creepers on my
Yeah,
lawn.
yeah. This is an actual brother stuff. And yeah, he's like, there was
He's
some
like,
creepy
they ain't.
people.
He's
outside.
like, they ain't. He's like, they ain't buying and they ain't leaving.
Yeah, that's it. Also, a little chef thing here when Haig is pressing him for information on the sauce, he's like, I bet you set it to 215 degrees, right? He's like, I just turn it by hand. That's how I know when it's ready. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Then a lot of times there is no number. You just kind of crank it, and you know when it's
You're like, yeah,
the right temperature. Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's how high I turn it.
Yeah. It's intuition.
2/3 of a turn to the right. But you know, chef stuff.
It's just a feeling.
Just a feeling. That's what cooking is, man. Just a feeling.
But he also arrests El Rey.
Yeah, at the
based
hospital.
off like
Previous history.
history.
He's like, oh, alright, I thought you weren't going to be having a gun no more.
Not even for hunting, especially not even for hunting.
Yeah.
I'm taking you in.
Yeah, that's it. I'm taking you into the cop shop. And meanwhile,
Because
there's...
he has a sordid past, apparently.
Yeah, somehow. But meanwhile, excuse me, there's a bunch of infected people in this hospital, all looking much worse than the last guy.
Yeah, and that's when they're like, let's just fuck it, let's get out of here.
Yeah, that's what not Andy Richter says to Brolin.
Yeah.
He's like, so, any thoughts?
Hey, Brolin House.
Yeah, and Brolin's like, self-preservation does come to mind. Yeah, we should go.
Yeah, then Andy Samberg's like, yo, check this out. It's
Yeah,
a no-brainer.
No-brainer. Yuck.
Yeah. That's when he breaks his, that's when he's drinking mercury.
Yeah, that's right. When it's a big reveal that Fergie's dead with her brain scooped out the back. A real no-brainer. Thanks, Rodriguez, for writing that line.
But yeah, he brings in his wife. He's like, hey, look what I found.
Also, Brolin picks up the cell phone off Fergie's corpse. Because he knows.
Mm-hmm.
He knows. And, he pulls his wife to the side and says, oh, look, Fergie's dead. I bet you didn't know she was in town, did you?
I thought we weren't seeing each other anymore.
Yeah,
He's like, I thought you weren't talking to her anymore.
because apparently Fergie and
wasn't.
Dakota Block have a past.
It's also the weirdest like attack scene where like he starts getting in her face. And he pulls out her yellow friend.
Yeah.
And he's like, give me the phone, give me your phone. She's like, no. She holds up her hand. She's like, stabs
he
it.
stabs it.
And then she holds
stabbing
up
her
both hands.
Yeah.
He's just like sadistically like
super like brutally.
Yeah, brutally
just like
stabbing her
playing
hand.
with her. Yeah.
And then because it's such good anesthesia, it just causes her hands to open up and drop her cell phone, which she was guarding.
This is when he drops that new cuss word you like so much.
Oh, sack. You lying, whoring sack. I used that line today on Andre. Got a big roar.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So, you can't be the basic one sometimes. Like, the other day I appreciated how good a word a dud is.
A dud?
Yeah, just call someone a dud. You're just like, you're just a fucking dud.
Look at you, dud.
Mm-hmm. Like, there's nothing exceptional about you whatsoever.
So, before Brolin is about to give her the redheaded
I really
friend,
like the term swarthy.
Swarthy?
Worthy.
The
Yeah, that's a good
swarthy
one.
gentleman.
It's very...
Yeah, bring old terms back, man. That's why I call my
Gesticulating.
belly my carriage.
Carriage.
Something is a king's arm's length away.
It's quite a title. So after Brolin gets the phone and confirms his suspicions, he's about to deliver the redheaded friend, and
He gets interrupted.
he gets interrupted, and
I love the music because it's building music cue, and then like opens the door. It's like,
hey Doc,
hey Doc.
yeah, and all of a sudden cut,
Awkward stillness.
yeah, and he just puts
Puts her in a
closet,
Puts Dakota in the corner,
yeah, as it were.
and they're like, oh yeah, all the bodies are gone.
Yeah, all the bodies have just gotten up and walked away, and there's like blood trails everywhere. He's like, well, that can't be good. That's a no bueno.
Yeah, goes over to
Wow.
Joe's room right before he gets about to get arm off,
Yeah.
and nope, Joe's up.
Yeah, Joe's up and killed the doctor.
Killed the doctor. Tries to go after Brolin.
Yeah. And,
Saw an arm. Gets the glasses off, and
yeah. Oh, yeah. And this is probably one of the most gruesome ways to infect somebody. That the
Pops.
infected person popped his own abscess
Festering
wound and just rubbed it in Brolin's eye.
it's like he took a jellyfish.
Yeah.
And it's
It's
like,
like, oh god.
There's a lot of that. Like the blood
Very
and everything.
viscous.
It's just like
it's a gooey.
it's just
movie.
like good like bleh.
Everything is gooey. Yeah,
It's-
that's
Oh,
definitely
wait,
the way
It's
to
like
say it.
Nickelodeon
Oh,
fucking
when
goo
Tarantino,
all
like,
over the place.
throws up his guts.
Oh god, that was ridiculous.
It slithers away like Night of the Creeps.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's also the same bad stuff's happened over at the
Police station.
when good old deputy
Tom Savini.
Tom Savini comes in.
Yeah, bragging about how
The
it's-
worst shot in the West.
Yeah, for sure. And he's in there complaining about how this guy just picked up
Bit off his
his
finger.
And he's like, oh, just put a Band-Aid on it. He's like, I'm not being cute. I mean, he bit off my fucking finger. And it was his ring finger.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I can't find my finger and I can't find the ring. And that's when Sheriff Haig and the other deputy, Deputy El Mariachi, but not Banderas El Mariachi, but the original from the Mexican production.
Right. Carlos something.
Something.
He has, I think, the best death I've seen in the movie, where he gets. I want to say he gets scalped, but they just scoop the top of his skull off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Yeah, that
that
was
was
super
like
duper cool.
just like scooped his head off. That's the thing. It's like the gas like mutates people with it. Like they don't even say like, oh yeah, I guess it just makes them bloodthirsty monsters.
Psychos,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
very little explaining.
But yeah, hell breaks loose. El Rey gets gunned for a second.
yeah, and just like frees himself from his chains. And
Bean does not want him to have a gun.
no, he's very adamant about it, regardless of like it going to shit and zombies everywhere. He's like, well, no, don't give him a gun. That's crazy. But he's just like not he. When I but let me
Take your time, bud.
take my time. All right, yeah, Savini. First of all, I love the fact that when he finally finds his ring, he just realized he can't
He's
put it
gonna have
on.
that thing like Gollum.
Yeah, he can't put it on his ring finger. He's being bitten off, so he puts it on his middle finger and goes around on a gun punching rampage, where he just pretty much punches.
The only way he can hit anything is if it's in their stomach.
Yeah, and exploding out their back. And yeah, it goes on this rampage, and all of a sudden reinforcements, these other sheriffs arrive, or deputies arrive. And Ray says, well, I gotta go to get Sherry.
Mm-hmm.
And Sheriff Haig goes along with.
Yeah. We're gonna take my car.
Yeah, and then the cop car explodes, and like, we're taking your car.
Taking your car. Well, thanks, Hicks.
It explodes for no reason.
Yeah,
it does
it
explode
explodes for no reason.
Other
So
than
what
to
does he
have
see
an
Cherry waking
explosion.
To find out she has no leg, and there's that dramatic like cuts to her face. Of,
Weepy and pukey, or like gagging. And we see Dakota make an escape by jumping
straight
out a window.
It's a giant trash.
Yeah, from like the
Okay.
third story.
which leads to, I remember when I saw it in the theater, the most like oh
Man, yeah.
scene where she's trying to open up her
Car door.
car door.
And
but-
she
Oh
can't.
yeah, and her hands are
Her
like
hands are
frozen numb, and she puts it, and it's one of those old cars that like
Cadillacs.
yeah, it's like
You had to depress the thumb button.
well yeah, it's
And
like it was
pulling
kind
back.
of like this like a curved like thing where there's like a hole
Where you
or
open the
missing
door with
part
your
in the middle,
hand.
and yeah, you put your hand to pull it, and she puts it in there, and it just like
She
just
slipped.
Her heel breaks,
Yeah.
and then it trips and it breaks her wrist.
Her
wrist.
But of
Ah.
course,
And she has,
she's
like, these
numb
Big
and can't.
creepy eyes too. Like remember the one of the posters is just her with,
Her with
like-
the eyes. Yeah, well, she's
yeah, 'cause
probably
her
She looks, like
Brian.
one
crying.
of those, she looks like one of those big eye paintings.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But she goes back to her house to get Tony, because she knows that Roland is now all the way fucked.
Where we find, don't forget, we were introduced to in the credits the babysitter twins.
The crazy
the
baby.
crazy crazy babysitter twins.
Yeah, which I think are also relatives of Rodriguez.
Electra and Elise Avilan, which were the nieces of Robert Rodriguez's wife at the time before he left her.
Before Rose McGowan.
Elizabeth, who was the producer of a lot of his movies and still is. She still produces his
Yeah.
movies. I guess they still have a business relationship, but yeah,
So yeah, these are
they're
two,
hot.
two foul-mouth Latina twins who are pretty crazy as well. Like when Dakota Block shows up and she's all like fucked up with the hands
Yeah.
and these big giant bags in her eyes. These girls are cussing her out. She's like, "Yo, what the fuck? You said 10 o'clock. You said your friend was coming. None of that shit happened." And she,
Get out!
yeah, she just basically gives both of them the boot. And she just tells Tony, "Pack your stuff. We gotta get out of here."
Mm-hmm.
And he's grabbing everything, including all three of his pets.
We puts them all in one cage.
Yeah, I felt so bad for that turtle.
Apparently works out.
Well, yeah, the turtle's just gonna stay in his shell, I guess.
Yeah.
And the tarantula and scorpion aren't gonna fuck with each other. Probably. Maybe, I don't know. She takes off, including the mini bike in the trunk of the car.
And the crazy babysitter twins earn up to their name.
Yeah, by smashing the windshield and the passenger, the
Jumping
driver.
on top.
Yeah, with shovels. At the same time, Ray gets to the hospital.
Still won't get a...
Still not allowed a gun.
So he takes out 2 butterfly knives.
Mm-hmm. And puts on a pair of
Surgical gloves.
and goes on like a stabbing rampage akin to like only the best video games.
But making sure he doesn't get any blood put on him.
Oh,
So
yeah,
it's just
he-
the weird
he's
leaning.
constantly like leaning back and holding his breath and like, "Oh God, please don't get on me."
Mm-hmm.
And when he finds Cherry, he's like, "Look, we gotta go," and she's like, "Well, I can't. I got one leg."
It's supposed to be a stand-up comic.
Yeah, and I love the line too. And he's like, "Stop fucking crying over spilt
Yeah,
milk."
he's just annoyed. He's like, "Fucking get over it."
Yeah, it's like, look, there are zombies. We don't have time to care about your one
Yeah,
leg.
so let me break off a table like and shove it into your stump.
Yeah, so here's a leg for you.
Yeah.
And he proceeds to help her escape the hospital, which was a pretty cool scene. A lot of explosions around every corner.
Yeah, like just
Zombies everywhere.
digging into like that one time where they were caged with the guy, she's like pulling stuff
Oh yeah,
out.
that was ridiculous. And eventually they head back because the rendezvous was at JT's bone shack.
Oh, we also saw it before at the reason why we're doing this, when he was at the sheriff's, we saw the Texas Ranger himself,
Yeah, Earl McGraw.
Earl McGraw, saying he's gonna go. He's asking,
Right.
how you doing? How's the wife? It's like, no, not too good. You know,
Yeah.
can't. He gives a little backstory. He's like, got cancer, won't take chemo, so
You know.
rough times. You smoke? No. All right.
All right, good.
All right, I'm gonna smoke over.
Yeah.
And yeah, you see
This
Earl McGraw just taking care of his wife.
Oh, when she farts and he's like, "God damn woman, you
He's-
fart like a pack mule."
Yeah.
Yeah. Some real Texas shit.
Yeah, he's feeding her. She's like seeming like catatonic, and then she's like, bleh.
Yeah. All of a sudden she's a zombie.
Yeah.
And under the attacks Earl McGraw.
Yeah, and this is also when Dakota pulls up to a house.
Yeah, with Tony in the car.
Yeah, she's like, oh, here's a gun. Have you seen anything?
Yeah.
Shoot it like one of your video games.
Yeah, if it's not mommy, shoot it. Like, what if it's daddy's? Shoot it.
Yeah.
Definitely daddy.
Yeah. And don't point at your face.
Yeah, don't point at your face.
She gets 5 feet out of that car.
Yeah, and a gunshot goes off. and he killed himself. He shot himself in the face.
Robert Rodriguez basically kills his own son.
Well, that's why he did admit it, his son.
That's,
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then there's an alternate ending where he doesn't die.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's an alternate ending because it's at the end of the
It's-
credits.
yeah,
of
it's
the version
post-credits.
I watched.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
post credits. There is another cut
Because
where
that's the ending he showed to him. I don't
there's
think
another
he showed him.
there's
the
another
one
cut where he doesn't shoot
dies.
himself at all, and he's just in the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's this kid, man.
Wait.
Speaking of where, she completely loses it when she's just cradling him.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, Tony, no, poor Tony." And Brolin starts
Brolin
to make a
shows-
move.
Couldn't have been that smart, Faye. Just blew his fucking brains out.
Yeah, 10 steps out.
Brolin shows up as Two-Face
Yeah, pretty much half Infecto face.
with this one syringe.
Yeah, ready to do some damage.
With a zombie friend, she runs up to the house. Daddy!
Daddy, let me in.
And Earl McGraw.
And it's Earl McGraw in like a blood-painted room.
I told you, it's like the Evil Dead house.
Yeah.
I told you never come here.
And she's like, "Daddy, please." And I'm like, "All right, well, get in, I guess." You know, and he looks outside like zombies.
And then, cut to Cherry and El Rey at TJ's.
Yeah.
Or JT's, I keep
In the bone.
JT.
Because I would think TJ with Dawn of the Dead.
Right.
'Cause he was the mall cop.
Yeah.
He was my favorite character in that movie.
No, it's JT.
JT, because they both had gray beards, that's why. So they buckle up there. Oh, yeah, because they get there, they think, they find his corpse.
Yeah, they think they see JT's corpse, but instead he's
Intestines all coming up. He just killed those guys and they got tired and took a nap.
fell asleep with barbecue sauce on him and
There's like
sausage.
ribs and
Sausages.
stuff.
Yeah.
The dog's like eating at his wounds.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, get
Get
away
outta
from there,
here."
Rusty."
Doesn't he lick it and he's like, that's good.
Yeah, he
Something-
tastes the barbecue sauce. He's like, "Oh, I
found
figured out the recipe. I figured it out."
Perfect it is. Get
Yeah.
your blood in it.
Yeah, yeah. He tastes it and he's like,
Son of a bitch.
"It's blood. Blood is just salt. There's more salt."
Well, that's later on. We don't know what.
Oh yeah,
That's
it's-
later on.
yeah, sure.
But they bunker down as they get in the cars. Like, I got this.
Yeah, that's old fucking hot rod. And I
No
also
top.
got no top, and I also got this card made by Jesse James.
Himself made
Yeah.
a barbecue so good.
Yeah, he said Satan would
Yeah.
be back for it, or I don't know what the fuck he said. Really couldn't be bothered.
And then we see the real Bone Shack.
Yeah, JT's bedroom, where El Rey, or just Ray, and
You got my jacket.
Ray and Cherry have a pretty melodramatic meetup,
Mm-hmm.
where he talks about the jacket again, and she's like, "Yeah, well, what's so special about the jacket?" He's like, "Did you ever look in the pocket of the jacket?" And she's like, "No."
Which is weird.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Why would you not have looked in it?" All like 4 pockets. And
Every time you
she,
put on a new jacket, man, you're like, hey, I could maybe there's a $5 bill in there.
and she even reaches into one pocket, and he's like, "No, not that pocket." And I'm like, "What are you doing?" And then yeah, inside that pocket is a ring, a commitment ring saying "2 against the world," which I guess was their catchphrase.
Their thing, man.
And he's like, I looked for that jacket. And
For
she's like, for 2
2
weeks.
They get it on.
And then they get it on. He takes off his shirt for some reason during like this little speech.
Yeah, he's got more tattoos than Viggo Mortensen in Eastern
In Eastern
Promises.
And then
This is the biggest. When I saw it in the
there's
theater,
a missing reel.
This was like the biggest laugh because it's like
Yeah.
sexy. Rose McGowan's looking very good in this film.
Yeah, stump porn off.
And then cut to the shack's on
Missing
fire.
scene, yeah.
The
Shack on
shack's on
fire.
fire. The sheriff
Which I read is apparently it was something because back in the day at these theaters you'd get the reels or the copies of the movies were obviously on films, and they would make their way around to different cinemas, and apparently a lot of the sex scenes would get cut out by the projectionists and just kept for their personal collection or whatever, sex scenes from the movies. So that's why a lot of sex scenes in those movies were missing.
Well, this guy apparently also liked exposition scenes because they cut out the El Rey's giving his origin
Yeah, to the sheriff.
to the sheriff. He's like, I didn't know. I wish I could have known.
Yeah.
El Rey.
I wish I knew it was you.
And the
El
sheriff
Rey.
has been shot. Savini
Yeah.
shot him by mistake.
Yeah, by mistake. And he's like, I told you not. Yeah, because I forgot to mention before when they showed up to the Bone Shack, the sheriff's like, I'm making you all deputies except for you, Ray.
Yeah.
And everyone gets a gun and a badge. Now listen up. Don't shoot yourselves. Don't shoot each other. And especially, don't shoot me.
Mm.
And of course, the person to shoot him would be one of his own deputies.
Yeah. And also, McGraw's there with Dakota, the
Mhm.
twins, the
strip club owner.
strip club owner. Dakota's, there's a couple more people.
There was like this gangster looking dude, like a hip hop guy.
Yeah, the female deputy now is sporting a crop top.
Yep.
Dakota's holding her son,
Yeah.
Tony,
Yeah. Tony's
rocking back and forth,
all crazy.
still talking to him.
And
They're like, yeah, give him a gun.
yeah, give yeah, that's right. The
Give
sheriff
Elray's guns.
give him a gun. Which gun? All the guns. And then,
Oh, okay.
and then proceeds to do a gun twirling montage. That's like okay edited. I mean, wasn't anything special.
Well, they plan their getaway, which also has the babysitter choice apologizing to Dakota's like, hey man, sorry about your kid.
Yeah, that's a real bum rap.
That's rough.
That's rough.
Yeah, and they make the getaway. Although McGraw's like, yeah, I'm gonna stay back. See you later. And at
Yeah,
first I was
I'm
like,
gonna
that
hold him back.
bummed me out. He just kind of walks off the film.
Yeah. He's like, alright, I'll catch you later.
I'm like, we're watching this movie for you.
Yeah, oh God, like don't do me like this.
And they get away, including El Rey getting away on the mini bike.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
Well, there's an assault on the
That was
Bone
ridiculous.
Shack,
Mm-hmm.
and Savini dies.
Yeah, which is a great cutaway, like great piece of editing where it just like cuts and pulls all his body parts off.
Yeah, in all four directions. And that's right. Skip, the strip club owner, is afraid to go down and get the killdozer, which I like that they called it the killdozer. And McGowan's like, oh, well, I guess I'll go. And she just runs down there, and El Rey's like, well, it's a good thing I never miss. And proceeds to pick off every zombie, like,
Yeah.
within a 5-foot radius of her while she goes to get this truck, plows it into the Bone Shack to pick up everybody. To get to the... Where were they going? The army base?
Yeah, no, Mexico. He's like,
Oh, yeah, they're going to
we're gonna go to
Mexico.
Mexico, put our backs against the water. And
Well,
fight
it's a
off
smart
hunger.
move.
And they get there. He gets on the mini bike, which is fast enough because it's 0 to 50.
Yeah, 0 to 50 in like 4 seconds.
They hit JT's dog.
Oh my god, that was terrible.
That
He
was
just like
unnecessary.
jumps under the tire of the rolling
yeah,
truck
it's like, no, god damn
and
it.
sprays one of the babysitter twins with blood. And she lets out like an amazing B-reel,
Scream
B-movie
queen,
scream.
yeah. Like, ah.
Yeah. So they get to this bridge that's blocked by dozens of the dead.
How much ammo we got?
Yeah, not enough.
Yeah, the sheriff's driving despite he's been shot. He's like, I'm
Yeah,
alright.
he's like, I'll drive. Just give me the keys and point me in the direction.
Yeah, and then the army to the rescue, guys.
Mhm.
It's like 28 days later.
Yeah.
Then it's a lot more like 28 days later.
Yeah. The army comes and saves the day and shoots off all the zombies
Mm-hmm.
and tells them that this ragtag group's now got to go to the army base where they're quarantined.
Knock out El Rey. He comes to.
Yeah, and it turns out that Bruce Willis also knows El Rey.
Mm-hmm.
once again through a backstory that's never.
Yeah, we'll see him with Abby knows him too.
Mm-hmm. That
yeah,
everyone just seems to know El Rey. That he's like this
He
great
was a legend,
military.
He's got a very deep backstory that we never find out about.
He's like Sugar Bear.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. Oh, just to see that face, Ryan. Just to see that face.
No bueno.
Yeah.
Go back and listen to Big Money Hustlers.
Yeah.
But yeah, they give the exposition about the gas. They showed him before.
Yeah, we explained before.
The-
And he also
DC2.
explains that 1% of the people would be immune, and that's what the army people, because they're addicted to the gas,
Yeah,
they
they
let it
need
go
a-
on purpose to find out people who are immune so they can
Synthetically copy the antidote from
Yeah.
there. So we also we get to see Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, showing up and doing his best Tom Arnold.
Definitely very creepy.
Yeah, well, this is
Credited as rapist #1.
Yeah, this is the creepiest role Tarantino's ever done.
And of course, like Tarantino, he's got to, of course, bring up an old actress or something about old Hollywood.
He's
Yeah.
like, you look like Ava Gardner.
Yeah. You know Ava Gardner is? No, I'll shoot you in the face and you won't look like Ava Gardner.
No more.
No. Face is bubbling.
He's
the
an
other guy,
asshole.
yeah, rapist dude is just like, dude, man, you gotta back off, man.
Yeah, really, you're gonna make your hair look bad.
Yeah, your face is bubbling, man.
Yeah. Back in quarantine, a bit of an uprising happens. And I guess Fahey signaled the group or something that he's going to make a move.
Yeah, he makes the big distraction. This is also Elroy has the coolest move where he goes to give away his gun.
Oh, yeah.
He hands it back, but like shoots it backwards.
Yeah, shoots it backwards, upside down.
But unfortunately,
Yeah, Fahey is shot in the belly.
so now him and
Actually,
his brother
Yeah, are both lying on the
both
floor
lying
dying.
on the floor dying.
And Ray says, like, hey, I'm going to lead all these guys out of here with Abby now, because we're on the same team. And
Yeah, because Rapist 1 and 2 have to take away Cherry and Dakota.
yeah, that's right, for unknown purposes. Although we can only assume.
Yeah, because Tarantino just wants to see her dance.
Yeah,
You're
that's
a
right.
Dancer, weren't you?
He's like, dance! Keep dancing! So
Yeah,
creepy.
And he attempts to then rape these women.
Yeah,
with a-
he's like, I'm gonna go get my dick away. And I'm like, ugh. He's like, she's got
Well-
one leg, man. He's like, easier access. I'm like, ugh.
yeah, he
And
really.
Bruce Willis like, where's Tarantino? I was like, he's got his
He's
dick
got
wet,
his
sir.
dick wet, sir. He's like, get him down here. Oh, yeah, that's right. And so simultaneously as. Okay, so I'll just describe this whole scene of Tarantino attempting to rape these women. That he's been without the gas for too long now.
Uh-huh.
And as he pulls down his pants to...
Well, they haven't gotten to that yet because he gets wood first.
Oh, that's right.
Because she's able to stab him in the face
Yeah.
with her wooden leg and breaks it off.
Yeah, Rose McGowan stakes him in the face with a wooden
And
leg.
he's like, he's still alive. He's like, oh, you're gonna give me wood?
I'll give you...
I'll give you wood. And then he drops his pants, and they look in horror. And it is, we don't see it at first, but it's like a melting candle.
Yeah, it's
And
just
then
like
it just
dripping
droops
down
down.
between his
It
legs.
keeps dripping, man.
And the guy's like, dude, your dick is melting.
It's like, dude, get your gas. Like, whatever, I'll make it fast.
And he's like, I'll just hurry up. And Doc Dakota just pulls out these...
Because her arms,
Her hands have now healed.
and we forgot to mention she has a spare set on her...
of syringes on her hip.
On her hip.
But in a gun format.
When she shoots.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And apparently so did she until that very moment.
Well, she couldn't use her hands.
That's true.
They were put to sleep. And then she grabs, takes out Rapist number
Number two.
2, takes out Tarantino's other eye,
Yeah.
and he's just a melting.
Yeah, he melts and it vomits like snakes and his intestines.
And then El Rey and Abby confront Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
He gives a speech where he was a hero. He killed Bin Laden.
Yeah, he killed Bin Laden. This is what he gets.
Yeah, he
the
wasn't
gas.
supposed to be. Yeah, it's just the Ed right. I protected my men.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do my men right.
Yeah, but out of gas, and he's like, "Well, I salute you, sir." And he's turning into a monster.
It turns out like this giant bubbling pus monster, and Abby and Ray just like proceed to shoot him with every bullet and all the guns.
Yeah, and then, he runs into They finish. They run into Dakota and Cherry.
Mm-hmm.
They finish off Tarantino. Well, no, he gives Cherry her new leg.
Yeah, which is now like an
Scarface's gun,
Yeah, Scarface's gun basically
Scarface's
with
gun,
a rocket launcher and all.
which is like the selling point of the movie.
Mhm.
Which how she fires it,
Well,
I don't know.
it's a modified M4 carbine
How does she shoot it?
with a M203
How does she
grenade
shoot it,
launcher
Vince?
attachment.
Ray hooked it
With
up.
her mind.
Mine bullets.
Ray just hooked it up like that.
Yeah, and she
She's
blows
just,
up
it's a
there.
feeling, you know? She's just like, just lets it go.
Makes it happen.
And then, you know,
Yeah, so she blows off Tarantino's everything
sheer
and
will.
takes down every soldier around.
Yeah, in a nearby area.
So they make their getaway. They're like, okay, well, there's some helicopters. We'll get out.
Yeah, we'll get to the copters.
So Abby went on and just kept taking people's balls.
Yeah, he kept collecting
He had a
balls, even in the thick of
plastic
this.
sack. He handed, shot to Willis, and Willis shot it back to him.
Give your balls.
Yeah, I was like,
I
oh,
don't want your dirty balls.
what's wrong with you, man?
Yeah, come on, we're soldiers. We're not ball keepers.
And they're like, okay, so they do their getaway. They
Yeah.
leave the brothers behind.
Yeah,
The
to
detonator.
make a distraction.
They have a really touching moment.
Yeah, so this is a touching moment that I want to talk about. So, when the two brothers are lying there, kind of arm in arm, both bleeding out, and Haig's like, "Come on, just give me the recipe." And he's like, "Okay, I'll give you the recipe." And he starts breaking down a recipe for him. And I'm like, "You don't give up a good recipe."
And Bean's writing it down.
Yeah, and he's writing it down in his notebook, bloody
Hey, man, it's his
notebook.
brother. His brother's dying next to him. He
And-
ain't heavy.
Yeah, he's giving the recipe. He's like, "Oh, you know, I do set 215, and I don't use tin foil." And he's like, "You use fresh tomatoes?" I was like, "Hell no, canned
It's like,
tomatoes."
no, he's like, canned, really? Yeah, I know. Like, even
Yeah.
he's surprised, like, I know.
Just as good. And yeah, they're talking about how they're gonna start a new restaurant together.
Dying
And then
in his
yeah,
arms.
and then his brother dies, and he just like looks up and laughs to himself. And
he's
just,
always about to cry. But he's
Yeah.
like,
he's
laughs
like, "No,
himself.
fuck it, instead." And he laughs, and I'm like, "That's really cool." And then he explodes the
The base.
base. And they're like, "Oh, that's our move. Time for us to make it to the copters."
And Cherry just takes out everyone with her dancing moves and her
Yeah, she uses
go-go dancing moves and her backwards
Handstanding.
handstands. And
all kinds of other things.
we have one of the best subversions where the people do all like the look around the corner, like, "We're okay." Abby's like, "I got a
I'll
plan."
check it out.
I'll check it. It just explodes.
Yeah, first guy shot, dead.
I love. Remember that scene in World War Z where the scientist is gonna save the world, trips and falls and shoots himself.
Yeah, and he's like, "Okay, well now nobody can save the
He's like,
world."
"Do we have any other brilliant geneticists around?" Like, no. I'm like, oh,
No.
fuck.
Fuck. All right.
So they make their getaway to the chopper where sleazy club owner.
Skip.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I can fly it." Dakota goes to check out the other
Yeah, copter and.
copter, and Brolin's there.
Yeah, he's just waiting.
and waiting.
And he's like, "I told you I'd find you, and now I'm gonna kill you."
And then here comes the.
And then yeah, and Earl McGraw, still alive, comes back and shoots Brolin. And is like,
Never liked him.
Never liked him anyways. He's like, "Daddy,
Oh, daddy.
Daddy."
Yeah.
And
No,
then,
again, the copter, he pulls it 28 weeks later.
oh, the helicopter
Yeah,
roto
just
blade
taking off all their
mowing him
heads.
down.
And
then
Cherry stops to pick up some glasses, do her cool.
it's cool, yeah, too cool. Almost like how cool guys don't look at explosions.
Yeah.
Cool chicks do look at explosions, but with somebody else's sunglasses at
Mm-hmm.
night that she just found. And probably just murdered the owners.
Yeah, and it got Elray killed.
Yeah, and El Rey, of course, dies because you can't have a full happy ending.
And they have their, it's going to be the two of us, like, 2 against the world, baby.
Yeah. And he's like, "Don't worry, I'll always be with you," and
He's
touches
like,
her tummy.
I never miss.
I never miss.
Ugh. And she's like, oh, and so she get away on the chopper, and there's a cutaway where in the time for her to have a kid, so we're guessing, how old they get, like a few months old?
The kid, at least a few months
So
old.
it's just a year.
Yeah.
And the world is completely fucked now. Like,
Yeah.
it's in ruins.
Yeah, they're in Mexico with a bunch of survivors following them.
She's got a Gatling gun leg.
Yeah, it's now a Gatling gun
minigun.
It's a happily ever after in their
Yeah.
idyllic Aztec
Yeah, they're in an Aztec
pyramid.
temple.
Dakota just stands there with a semi with an automatic. She just stands there.
Yeah, with the baby on her back, and he's like, 2 against the world.
Mm-hmm.
Baby.
Then post credits, boy's still alive.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
Tony's still
Maybe
alive.
Can put like a bandage on him? It
Yeah,
was reminding me of
something.
that scene in another Rodriguez film, Faculty, where they show all the cast, and then it's Jon Stewart in the show. He's still alive. He has
Yeah.
all the injuries.
You're like, oh, I'm fine, guys.
He's like, I can't hold the donut. My fingers are gone.
Yeah. And yeah, that's Planet Terror. I mean, this was...
I forgot how much I enjoyed this movie. Like, I really did enjoy it. Like, I spent so many years, like, thinking about how I felt about Death Proof. I always kind of wrote off Planet Terror. I was like, oh, yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fine the way it is. I didn't like where Tarantino went later on with Machete.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I felt he could have just,
Rodriguez,
sorry. He could have just, like, done this. Like, okay, man, that's it. You did it. Let's move on.
I personally liked Machete and Machete Kills.
I like Machete. I didn't like Machete Kills. But
No?
it was fine. I mean... I was
Maybe I
like,
have to go back and
maybe I have to go back.
and then not like it.
We run the
But-
gamut.
Yeah, both like and not like.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this was everything that the movie needed to be. It just had to be like over the top
This
characters.
it's
and
almost 2 hours too. It's like
It is.
Yeah, it's
like
an
an
hour.
hour
Well,
and
this
45 minutes.
cut that we saw, we also
Yeah, but
it
even
was
still
hour and
moves at
45.
like a fucking great pace.
It does, but I'm like, wow, a lot of shit happens in this
Yeah,
movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
I thought this was
Like a
gonna be
lot of shit
quick
happens.
episode. Well, we also broke down in detail a lot of scenes
Yes.
because you have to like
You have to be there.
you have to see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are we listening to this guy? He
Yeah,
fucked
get
up.
get
Go-
out there and
go
just
watch
watch
the
it
movie.
already. So yeah, let's go around and tell people to watch it. 'Cause
It's ugly. I'll say we were on the rating. It's like an ugly
It's
movie.
good, bad, and ugly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's all three.
It
for
is,
sure.
but like if I say ugly movie, I'm like I forgot how gory it was too. Because when people say ounce of gore, it's not like they always point like Dead Alive because it like stops and focuses on it. Maybe because this one moves at a good pace, but you're like you stop and you look at some of the effects, like fuck, these are really good. Like they don't.
It's also a
Spend a
pretty
lot of time
dark
on them.
movie too. Like a lot of it's
Well, it's all
filmed
in one
at-
night.
It's all at night.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
only at the ending where it's like it's during the day. That's why it's so jarring.
Yeah.
They're all wearing white.
Yeah, that's it. It's all over. It's all really over a span of a few hours until the epilogue.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I also
it
agree.
was a
Good, bad,
dark night.
yeah, well, the music was once again
Dark
done.
night.
The music was done by Rodriguez
He
again.
was a cinematographer also.
Well, there you go. He has his fingers all
Probably
over
already
this
did catering.
in his spare time.
Yeah, well, apparently on this he has on his 10-minute cooking school. He has a
10-minute directing school.
no, but he has a cooking school too.
Oh, does he?
10-minute Yeah, and he
I
has
didn't
his
know.
barbecue sauce recipe
No,
on it.
sir.
Does it include
So-
blood?
Oh, I better. Well, it's not authentic.
Oh,
So I mean, this was just great. I would recommend this to all my friends, and you know what, even some cool parents who might like appreciate the over the topness.
Yeah.
Watch.
And my
Kill Bill 1
dad, I
and
think
2.
my dad liked it.
Watch Kill Bill 1 and 2. I was thinking about
Yeah, watch
further
for
adventures
sure. Of
But you have to see it as like they're good on their own as but it's also the experience of the with the fake trailers.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's
In the
the
middle,
whole.
there's
It's the whole
like
thing.
the fucking the werewolf SS
Yes,
women and
with
with Nick
the-
Cage as Fu Manchu.
yeah, spoil that,
Directed
like,
by Rob
and
Zombie.
Eli Roth.
The best thing Eli Roth's ever done.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Fucking Edgar
Edgar
Wright's
Wright.
Don't.
Don't
Narrate-
go into
and,
the bathroom.
And the narrator for that was it was Will Arnett.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
It was Will Arnett
Hilarious.
doing the Don't.
And of course, us Canadians got Hobo with a shotgun.
Don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. Which we also
actually
did
got
on
it.
a early
Well, that
podcast.
guy,
Hobo.
I forget his name. The guy who directed Hobo with a Shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had won the contest
Yeah.
of the best fake trailer and like
We'll put it in.
got his movie made.
Yeah, all kinds of themes. The Shaw Brothers theme.
No, that's not Shaw Brothers. It was just the feature presentation. Like
Oh yeah, I would
back
always
in the
associate it
day-
with the Shaw Brothers movies.
Yeah.
See, I like the mature one. They didn't have this one, but I think it's in front of the Death Proof, where it's like the little cat that turns into the panther.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're rated. This
Rated.
movie is rated restricted.
But
yeah, I think Tarantino used that one.
yeah, it's late. I'm tired.
Okay,
And
let's call it a
this was a fucking.
So-
this was good, but it was a great film.
Yeah,
Go check it out. I was jazzed.
definitely highly recommend this.
Mm-hmm.
So, does anyone have anything coming up?
No.
No. All right. Let's
I'll
get-
be in my bed in the next couple hours.
Hopefully.
Knock 4 times in a segment of. I'll let you in then if you're so inclined. I'm a cuddler.
Okay, so I guess we'll move on to shameless plugs, guys. Don't forget you can always reach us at.
Didn't that count as shameless plugs?
That was not nearly shameless.
Shameless
Right.
plug.
And what, are you getting 2 high fives in one show? I think we gotta limit you down
Ryan, Kumbaya, Ryan.
Thanks that you were tired.
Kumbaya.
So you can always reach us at gbupodcast@gmail.com. Send us all your hate mail and death threats, but movie recommendations, and don't forget to write in and ask to be a guest, and you could be one too.
And we might correct your homework. You never know.
Yeah, you know, I'll do homework. I'll file your taxes. Probably not well, but I'll do it.
Only the bestest get guested.
It's true.
You can find us on Facebook, GBU Podcast. Same thing at YouTube, where I'm sure that's where you're listening to this now. GBU Podcast, of course. And on Twitter, where you can reach us instantly at GBU Podcast 514. The numbers count. The numbers count. So, unless anyone else has anything to add, no, a bunch of head shakes all around. Take it easy and see you next time. Bye.
Peace.